Hey, I'm Brandon, joined here by my buddy Pat. Today we are checking out the Merlin Outlaw D3O Explorer Smock, coming in at $430. Now this is going to be a 3-season cool weather riding ADV, kind of ADV touring waterproof pullover, and I think there's going to be some great versatility that this is going to bring to the market, but it is geared towards the cooler weather riding. Merlin is based out of the UK, so they typically design gear for that type of riding climate, right? So keep that in mind if you're riding ADV bikes in the middle of summer in California, let's say, or the Mojave Desert, where we were just riding for our GOF event, Get On Adventure Fest. It was a bit hot. This would have been too hot for that particular environment, so that is certainly something to keep in mind. You don't have a lot of direct ventilation. Really, you don't have any direct ventilation with this particular jacket, so just keep that in mind. Now, the main construction, we've got a Haley Stevenson's ripstop wax cotton main construction. I really like the overall style to this. I like the hand to it. It's a bit more unique. It's not your everyday jacket. You do have a great amount of protection on the inside as well. We'll get to more of those details in just a moment. Before I get rolling though, let's talk about the overall fit, because that is pretty important. So Pat is about 220 pounds, 6 feet tall, with a 44-inch chest. He is currently wearing the XL, and this is fitting him very well. He can actually pull in some of the excess material around the waistline. There's a cinch cord on the inside too, so I would certainly say this is running true to what that sizing chart is going to recommend for you. So get those measurements, reference the chart, you should be all set. And at $430, as I mentioned before, this of course will ship to you for free. Now let's start off with some of the details here. You can see the collar here. We've got a hoodie incorporated. This unzips like so, and then it actually unzips completely, so you can completely remove that hood if you wish to do so. The other thing I wanted to point out real quick here is that you see these two tabs at the chest. You're actually going to have, pardon my reach here, Pat, hope that's all right. You're going to have these little tassels on the inside here. This is our pre-production model that we got. We did confirm that they are going to have that, and that's going to actually allow you to pin all of this back if you wish to do so with these little loops. So keep that in mind if you do decide to order this jacket or you're checking it out. It will come with those little tassels there so you can pin this back. So clever design there, kind of keep that out of the way if you wish to do so, but very easy to take this hood off if you need to do that as well. So it just zips right off. And Pat, let's go ahead and just zip this out of place real quick. It starts at the back, right? Yeah, here we go. And there we go, got that off of there. And you can kind of see what this looks like without the hood in place. Very straightforward design. Now the collar is pretty low profile right here, very comfortable against the skin. Nothing feels scratchy or anything like that, so that's nice to have. And this ripstop material, it's kind of tough to see, but it does have a grid pattern to it, and basically what that does is if something is to tear on this material, it's not just going to keep fraying and keep falling apart. It's going to stop kind of on that next grid, and that's really the big benefit of that ripstop material. And I kind of like this. Haley Stevenson's is really known in the UK market there, and in Europe in general, I would say. But I like this wax cotton design and the overall hand to it. It's pretty unique, pretty cool styling, and it is giving you that waterproof capability, of course, with that Humex waterproofing on the inside. It is a Z liner, so it's not laminated on the exterior, but it does a really great job when it comes to the waterproof protection it provides, as well as the overall breathability. It's not quite, top tier Gore-Tex level when it comes to the waterproofing and the overall breathability, but it's right there in the middle of the road. It's not quite as low as some of the proprietary waterproofing that you're going to find with a variety of manufacturers out there. So I think for the price point and the value that it's bringing to the table, it's right there on the money. Now, as we continue working our way down the shoulder and the elbow, you are going to get that D3O armor right there at the shoulder and the elbow. It moves very well with the body. It's very breathable. Of course, going to provide you with some impact protection. That is CE level 1 protection. So you've got that at the shoulder. As we continue working our way down the elbow, we've got some additional reinforcement here at the back of the elbow as well. And then a simple Velcro tab adjuster right there. So very easy in and out right there at the wrist. At the chest, overall very straightforward. This is very easy to pull down. You've got a waterproof storage pocket right here. I will say the waterproofing is right here at the front. So you got this Velcro main entry, and this is completely waterproof. You also have the entry on the sides as well, and it's just going to be a zipper as the main entry right there at the top. But this is not waterproof, so just keep that in mind. So if you're storing things that are you need to keep waterproof, make sure you're throwing them in the top there. So just keep that in mind. Those are more kind of like hand warmer pockets, a little bit high, but it's certainly something I see a lot in the European market with those those style hand warmer pockets on the side. So Pat, go ahead and face the side for me, sir. Strike that riding position. No stretch material incorporated, no gussets or anything like that. Normally it's something I'm looking for, knowing you're going to be on more of a taller kind of ADV style bike or a bit more on a touring style bike. I'm not going to knock it too much there, but it's certainly nice to have. Now, you don't see any adjustability here, but I did want to point out there is a cinch cord at the front of that on the inside of that pocket, so you can actually pull on that and you can kind of pull in the sides here if you wish to do so. Very easy to do that, and I think that's worth noting. Pat, go ahead and face the back for me, sir. Back protector is included. A lot of manufacturers do not do that, so I do like that they've included the back protector right there. That's already incorporated. And then you do have this exhaust vent here as well, so that's going to allow some of that heat to escape. No direct ventilation, but the back does get pretty warm, especially for riding off-road in any capacity, so it is nice to get a little bit of breathability. I think for the US market, I would have loved to see a bit more direct ventilation, so hopefully on the next iteration for our market, some ventilation incorporated would have been really nice to have. Slight drop seat as we get closer to the rear of this jacket, but overall very straightforward at the back, and you can just see more of that ripstop material on the ripstop, that wax canvas main construction here. Pat, go ahead and face the front for me, sir. We can't really work our way to the inside, but Pat, I'm going to do something a little different. Let's turn you to the side real quick so we can just kind of see that little side zipper right here. It just makes it a little bit easier for you to get in and out of this jacket or smock, if you will. And then we've got that 3D mesh material here, just creating some space to help airflow circulate a little bit more freely. You do have a short connection zipper as well as some belt loops on the inside as well, so you can pair this up with a set of Merlin pants if you wish to do so. Pat, you can go ahead and face the front for me, sir. Thank you much. Overall, I like the style. It's a bit more unique, a bit different than what we typically see. I think just on that next iteration of this particular jacket, some direct ventilation would go a long way for the US market. I think depending on where you live, where you ride, your region, and the climates you're hoping to ride in, this is certainly going to offer a lot of riders some versatility here with a bit more of a unique overall style to it. Of course, if you're looking for more details, you can click that info button. That's going to take you over to the product page. And as always, if you have any additional questions about this smock here, don't hesitate to reach out to our customer service team. They're all riders, more than happy to get you pointed in the right direction. Thanks for hanging out with Pat and I and taking a closer look at the Merlin Outlaw D3O Explorer Smock. I'm Brandon. Keep it pinned.